Welcome to Varsity Sports Network's newest show, Teed Up with yours truly, Jerrod Gaston. And I couldn't be more excited to be here today with you guys. Every week, we will highlight rankings, teams, tournaments, coaches, but most of all, the athletes themselves. We are on a mission to give student athletes the opportunity to come on to Varsity Sports Network and tell their story. And every athlete has a story. And here on Teed Up, you'll get to hear them talk about their accomplishments and the work that they've put in to get to this point. It could be your player, your student, your child, your friend on the network any given week. And don't hesitate to reach out if you know anyone who deserves to be highlighted across the entire state of Florida. But today, people, we're talking high school tennis. The district matches are over, and the brackets for the regional tournaments just dropped for us to look at. And there are over 200 plus teams competing in the regional tournaments. But we will be going over some of the premier matches for you to look out for the boys and girls 4A through 1A. Then we have a special treat for you guys. Our first guest appearance on the show. Two of the top tennis players in the entire state, and they just so happen to go to the same school. Aniel Rios and CJ Stewart of Old Galley High School in Melbourne, Florida. And I'll tell you guys one thing, these boys are for real, all right? So you're not gonna wanna miss this interview, guys. So please stay tuned. And without further ado, let's get into the brackets. All right, starting off with Class 4A boys. Now, this part of the bracket is very interesting here. You have Coral Gables versus the Doral Academy Firebirds. They're on April 29th. And then you also have Dr. Crop of Miami versus Miami Palmetto. So Palmetto is actually led by senior Sebastian Munoz and junior Alessandro Munoz. I'm not exactly sure if they are related or not, but they are undefeated in district play and were the district champs. So big shout outs to Coach Kelly Gibson there at Miami Palmetto. Now, moving on to our Class 4A girls part of the bracket. This is also a very, very interesting part of the bracket. You have Celebration, which is a very young team with a sophomore and a freshman playing 1 and 2 singles. Lily Gibbs and Gabriela Castro. And Gabriela is actually the freshman, and she went 7 and 2 this season in singles play. Safe to say that she has a very bright future there at Celebration. And they will be taking on Lake Nona of Orlando. Now, Lake Nona, they are actually a very young team as well. And not a single senior is on the roster. The team is led by sophomore Alida Saeed, who plays #1 singles for the squad. Big props to head coach Tom Beer for developing these young players to allow them to compete at such a level. And right below this, we have Freedom versus Vero Beach. Freedom out from Orlando. Both teams actually had a very, very good season. And the winner of both of these matches will take on each other to see who advances to the finals. And this is actually one of the tougher parts of the bracket for the 4A girls. So it's going to be a dog fight trying to get to the finals here. Moving on next to our 3A boys part of the bracket, you have Gainesville and Ponte Vedra. Now, Ponte Vedra, I couldn't wait to talk about this team because they are for real. You got seniors Andrew Kelly and Caleb Searle. They've had a great season. Andrew's playing 1, Caleb's playing 2 singles. And They also play doubles together, and they're really, really good. Now, these guys also have a really good chance to play at the collegiate level. So I'm talking two phenomenal players. So good luck to the Sharks out there at Ponte Vedra as they go to take on Gainesville. Another great program. So it's not going to be easy for anyone trying to make it to the finals here. Then right below you have St. Augustine, who will be taking on Vanguard of Ocala. Now, St. Augustine, they've marched their way to the regionals with the help of junior Jackson Hazel, who won 10 out of his 11 matches this year. Almost undefeated, but hey, it's paid off. He's here. He has an opportunity to advance. And it's going to be a very, very interesting day on April 19th. Very interesting section of the brackets. Good luck to all four of these programs. Next, we have the 3A girls. Now, I'm pretty sure if you haven't noticed already, this part of the girls bracket looks very familiar to the one previously shown for the boys. Leganto is playing Ponte Vedra. So the girls program at Ponte Vedra also really, really good. So it's really great for these programs, both at Ponte Vedra, to be able to compete in the regional tournament. Very great for their athletic program. Huge props to Coach Fred Weidland, who coaches the boys, and Coach Catherine Cahoe, who coaches the girls. But Ponte Vedra isn't the only school with both boys and girls in the tournament. You got St. Augustine and Gainesville, along with several other schools cheering on both boys and girls this week for regionals. So it's going to be a very fun next several days watching these schools go at it. It'll be really interesting to see schools like Ponte Vedra or St. Augustine able to get both teams to the finals. Man, that has to be something right there. Moving on to Class 2A boys, we have Stanton of Jacksonville taking on Wolfson of Jacksonville as well. Now, Stanton, another one of those teams who've had a wonderful season with senior Jet Holmes at the helm. Jet's had a terrific senior year, and with a name as cool as Jet, it would not surprise me at all if this kid was good at a lot of other things besides tennis. And right under this, we have Ferdinand Beach, led by Coach Mark Durr, who is coaching an extremely young team. His number one singles player is sophomore Henry Colwell, and he's got several other freshmen and sophomores lining that roster. Bright future for this program. Good luck to Ferdinand Beach out there. But, you know, it's not going to be that easy for them because they're taking on Bowles. Bowles in Jacksonville, they have a great program there. Big props to Coach Dedrick Holmes at Bowles. He got his team rolling this year. The team won 10 out of their 11 regular season matches, and nearly everyone on the team is undefeated in singles play. So whatever he's doing over there in Jacksonville is definitely working. Coach Holmes, good luck to your team out there in Jacksonville. And moving on to Class 2A girls, we've got Bishop Kenny of Jacksonville and Stanton of Jacksonville. Another one of those brackets over here that looks a lot like the boys' side. So it almost looks identical. However, Stanton, they have a whopping 13-1 record and has a roster full of great players. But on this team, it wasn't the number one or the number two player on the roster that caught my eye. Instead, it was freshman Katie Wong, who went 10-0 at number 3 singles this season. So that's definitely a number one singles player in the making right here. Now, we talked about the Bowles boys, but man, these girls, they're killing it. Almost every player on the roster is undefeated, and sophomore Violet Robbins is at the head of it all, playing number one singles for the squad. The Bulldogs will take on Ferdinand Beach, who has a few very good players on their own, including senior Kaylee Stacy, who is undefeated in both singles and doubles play this season. Moving on to Class 1A boys, we've got Shorecrest Prep versus St. Petersburg. And the Chargers, they will be taking on Berkeley Prep of Tampa. And right below, you got Brooks DeBartolo out of Tampa. They'll be facing off against Calvary Christian. So it'll be really interesting out of the smaller schools like this to see who comes out of this. And lastly, we have Class 1A girls. St. John Paul II out of Tallahassee will be playing Pensacola Catholic. And right below, you have McClay. Now, McClay is another one of those teams with a fairly young roster, but the leadership of junior Amy Macri has played a huge role in this team's success playing number one singles, and as well as her teammate freshman Megan Vegas, who finished the regular season with only one loss. They'll be taking on the Seminoles of Florida State University High. So as you can see, folks, we've got a fun week here in the state of Florida with the regional tournaments going on. So good luck to every single school, even the ones that we were not able to cover today. Good luck to you all, and I'll see you guys in the finals. And now, the moment I promised you that we would get to. Our first guest appearance here on Teed Up is only minutes away. CJ Stewart and Aniel Rios, seniors at O'Galley High School out of Melbourne, Florida. You guys will get to hear a lot of what these guys have to say. But I just want to say one thing. Again, these guys are for real. These are some real tennis players. I'm talking CJ's so good at the net. He's like 6'2". Long reach. Rattle off the fence. Look at that. And Aniel, his serve, man. He's hitting triple digits. Triple digits, man, in high school. Oh, and this is my favorite shot. Between the legs for a point. Incredible. Like, I'm not sure what their parents are feeding them, but these guys are great. And without further ado, the moment that you have been waiting for. Let's get to it. And now, our first ever interview with players on Teed Up with Jerrod Gaston. All the way from Melbourne, Florida. Seniors tennis at O'Galley High School. CJ Stewart and Angel Rios. Now, Angel, I don't know if I said that name correctly. Oh, did I? Yeah. Oh, hey. My Spanish isn't that good, so I just wanted to make sure I got that right. And if I didn't, I was just going to have you tell the audience for us, man. I just want to thank Coach Brett for allowing me to make this happen and helping me out and everything. He responded very fast. I actually reached out to the athletic director, Todd Ois, and he reached out to Brett for me, and Brett got back to me super fast. And he didn't hesitate sending me film of you guys playing. And y'all are the real deal, man. Y'all are the real deal. And I can't wait to dive deep into this and everything. We're basically just going to let the conversation take over, guys. This is about you. Now, let's start off. Where are you guys from originally?
I grew up here my whole life in Melbourne, Florida. So
Okay.
I've lived here my whole life. It's cool. My dad actually played tennis here at O'Galley. So
Really?
local to this area.
Gotcha. We got a legacy out there. Okay. And not him?
Well, I actually started tennis when I was in Puerto Rico. So,
Really?
Yeah. I was playing for a long time.
Wow. Okay. So how long have you guys been playing? And how did you get into the sport?
Well, I've been playing since I was like 5 years old, maybe something like that. And actually, this sport, like, it was actually thanks to my aunt. She actually told me to play tennis and to check it out, to see if it's fun. And as soon as I saw how it was, I like it, like.
At such a young age, it's crazy. And CJ, I guess it's kind of obvious how you started. You said your dad played and everything. That makes sense there.
Yeah, it was in the family a little bit. I played I was young, 5 or 6, and I enjoyed it, but I actually moved over to basketball. So I played basketball
Really?
since I was in, 3rd grade up until, my senior year. But end of my freshman year, Coach Keener, he said, why don't you come out and see what you got? So ever since then, I've started back up in high school.
Wow.
So.
Wow. That is insane, man. I really wish my parents had put me in tennis way earlier than I actually started playing, because it makes a difference. Like when you get that racket in your hand when you're young, like you can tell, who's been playing tennis for a long time and who kind of recently started. And I didn't start playing until my 9th grade year, and I was blessed enough to catch on pretty easily and everything. But I don't think I was ever on the level that you guys are on. You guys are, for lack of a better word, y'all are cold.
Thank you,
man. But man, that is awesome, man. That is really good. So first of all, what makes O'Galley tennis special?
I mean, Coach Keener, he's a great coach. He's very involved in the development of players. I'd say a lot of our players haven't played since a young age. So a lot of our players are very new to the sport, and he's helped to develop them quickly. It's a great environment to practice in, to play in, and he just makes it a lot of fun.
Oh, I can tell. And like, not only are you guys pretty good, but your team overall is pretty good. Like, that's insane to have a team full of players, maybe a few like you guys have been playing for a while, but you have some of your teammates that haven't been playing as long. That's a big credit to Coach Brett for that, just to develop those players, like you said, CJ. That's very incredible. I can tell he's very talented himself as far as coaching and being a mentor. I mean, and you guys are already great. Like, I can tell, you guys are intelligent. He's got you guys in the right spot, and that's something that you guys should not take for granted. Having a coach that actually cares and actually cares about how you play and teaches you the right things. And at O'Galley, since you guys are pretty good, who's your rivals?
I'd say Melbourne, probably.
Melbourne? Yeah. Okay. That's pretty good. I got you. Right around the corner, basically. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. I want to also talk about your film and the way you guys actually play. I know you guys play singles and doubles, and you actually play doubles together for the most part, correct?
Yes.
And I know, according to Max Preps, Mr. Rios, you're number 1 at the top of the list for number 1 singles, and CJ, you're number 1 for number 2 singles. That's absolutely incredible. Like, how is it playing with someone who's just as good as you, and being able to play on the court together, read each other's minds? Like, how is that with you guys, and actually being very successful at it?
Well, like the first few matches that we played together, like as doubles, it was just like a chemistry. It was we played instantly. So we've been doing. We improved a lot, like in a doubles game. Like we've been more consistent, like more aggressive on the net and all that stuff. So yeah, we have improved a lot. Yeah,
man, that is incredible, man. So with that being said, I kind of already know the answer, or from what I've seen on the film. I'll start with CJ. CJ, what's the best part of your game?
I mean, I like to be consistent, and it's hard to, I'd say, hit a winner off me. I like to use my speed.
I got you.
So I'd say that.
Man, I was looking at your film, and man, you're a beast at the net, dude.
Thank you.
You're a beast at the net. How tall are you?
6'2".
6'2"?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And that hell, I saw you, man, your serve, dude. Your serve, like, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, you clocked one serve at like 90 miles per hour, and it was an ace. As a matter of fact, I think it was against MIHS. And
I think he was hitting triple digits.
Oh, he was, man, haymakers, man. I was like, these guys are like seriously the real deal. And in that same match, as a matter of fact, I saw you hit a shot between your legs, and I was like, dude, this guy, no. And my girlfriend was here, and I was like, babe, you got to come and look at this. This guy just like, and like you did it so fluently, like you've just done it millions of times, and I'm sure you have. You know, like it's
that's a part of my game. I'm still I'm
Yeah.
trying to get that, but at this point, watching him, if he hits it, I'm just like, you know, that's casual. So
man, that is awesome, man. So I know CJ, you said that you started out playing basketball. What other sports or organizations are you guys a part of at the school?
yeah, basketball, like you said, I'm a member of the National Honor Society.
Okay,
So,
okay.
you know, it's not just all about athletics. Academics are
Absolutely.
important.
Yeah.
But as far as sports, I mean, I like to work out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big part of my life. But you know, basketball was everything for a long time, and that I've kind of transitioned over to tennis as my main focus.
I feel you on that.
Enjoy it.
See, and Angel?
Well, I've been playing tennis for a long time.
That's what you do, right?
Yeah,
That's what you do.
right now I got into aviation here in El Gali too, and I like it. That's what I want to do, like in the future, maybe do
Really?
mechanics engineering, stuff like that.
Wow. And that's crazy that you brought that up, because I remember maybe about a year ago, I remember hearing about Ogali. You guys had a few students that kind of work with NASA a little bit, building like wires and all types of stuff. See, that's not my expertise. I'm gonna let you guys handle that part, all right? But
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this school must be a really good school, and that was actually my first time hearing of Ogali. And when I came back across you guys, I was like, oh, these kids are from Ogali. That must be a pretty good school if they're this good at tennis. I've seen the football team play and everything, man. Like it's a school. It's a real deal school, man. But man, so basketball, tennis, you guys playing video games?
Yeah,
Little bit.
I don't have much time for it, but I squeeze it in.
You try.
The weekends, maybe, yeah.
There you go. Okay, so with that being said, what are some of you guys' long-term and short-term goals? I mean, it could be with sports or life in general, anything. Take it away.
Go for it.
You can go for it.
I guess short term, I'm planning to go to college in either the fall or summer,
Okay.
whether that's to play tennis or not.
Okay.
I definitely don't see myself putting down the racket anytime soon.
Oh,
But
I love the sound of that.
long term, I haven't gotten that far yet.
I get you. Hey, it's okay because you're still young. You got plenty of time to think about it. All right. And hell, I know you said you want to get into engineering a little bit. Can you go more into that?
Well, yeah, I think I can. Well, I wanna, work with engineering, all that kind of stuff. I'm actually going to be to the Air Force.
Oh,
Thinking
okay.
to go in there.
Okay.
And from there, maybe like do it like a boost, to go to college and all that, and then I can do engineering and all that stuff. And right now, there's a base in Jacksonville, and they're got a lot of plenty of jobs that I can work with in aviation and all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Man, that is awesome. Like, I can tell you guys are definitely really intelligent. Coach Brett told me that you guys are very articulate. I see what he means now. All right. So who's your favorite athlete?
If we're talking tennis,
Well, athlete in general.
all right. I was prepared for tennis. I don't know about athlete in general.
That's kind of difficult.
Okay, so all right, so give me your favorite tennis players.
Tennis player.
I think we agree on that one, right? I'd like to say Rafa. I love watching
I
him
love
play.
Rafa, man. I love Rafa. I knew one of you were gonna say Rafa. He's a beast, man.
Yeah, he's just like he comes back when he's down.
Mhm.
A lot of matches, he's just down and he just can't comes back like every single time.
mentally.
He's mentally.
Yeah.
mentally.
Like, it's mentally tough, man. Like your mind in sports, like it is a much bigger deal than your physical ability. You can be the biggest, fastest, strongest athlete, but if you're not right up here, if you don't watch your film, if you don't study, if you don't do the little things right, none of it matters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's a part of sports that many people overlook.
Absolutely, 100%. You guys, I know you started off, you played Heritage for your first official match. You guys won 6-1. Then you guys played Bayside. You win 7-0. Then you play Palm Bay 7-0. I can go on and on. You guys are running the table. Like, can you describe that experience, going from court to court and actually winning and beating these teams? Describe that experience and how it's been this year for you guys.
Well, I mean, it's a good experience. The good thing is like we can see what's like and what kind of stuff we're getting better and we're not getting better. So when we get back to practice, we can, improve like those parts where we haven't like improved yet. So yeah, it helps improve more in the match.
Man, that is good. Man, you guys are doing the thing out there. And I want you guys to continue doing that, man. Keep your heads up. You guys have plans. You guys have plans for the future and everything. I want you guys to be great. You're already great. Just go be greater.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, just always remember, just work hard. Keep your head down. Let's go. All right. Hey, good luck to you guys in districts. I hope to see you guys in regionals and the championships. I'm going to try to make my way down for a match to see you guys actually play. And I would absolutely love to do that. And thank you guys so much for taking the time to take this interview and everything. I just want to thank Coach Brett and Mr. Todd Otis again for setting this up with me and everything. And I hope that you guys continue to do everything that you're doing. And I pray that you are successful in your life and your future endeavors. All right.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Hey, thank you guys. Good luck, man. Go kill it. All right.
We will.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. That was great. Those are two fine young men right there. And I have no doubt in my mind that whatever path in life that they choose to go down, they will be successful. They've got it up here. They've got the tools. They've obviously have the parents, the great coach, Coach Brett Keener. Thank you, Coach Brett Keener, for allowing them to come on. To Aniel and CJ's parents, thank you all for allowing them to come on to the show. I really appreciate that. And we plan to have many, many more interviews just like that. So if you know any athlete who you think should be featured on Teed Up with Jerrod Gaston, feel free to email me or reach out to me on Twitter, where you can find me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the first episode of Teed Up, and I will see you guys next week.